Yeah, it's streaming all 4 platforms. Is it not fucking streaming to X? It shows here. I'm gonna post it. Jennifer, it's streaming now. Look. Look. This is X. Right there. 1 minute, 21 seconds of going on. It's delayed. I don't know why. I just posted it again. You see it? Okay, well, it's catching and it's not broadcasting. So how do you deal with that? Okay, my name's Tim. I'm your TruthSlinger, and I am here. And I'm going to have an interview real soon, and apparently X is not working, and I don't know why the hell it's not working. I mean, I can start the X, I can stop the X stream, I can set up a new one and do it again. You want me to?
Yeah, I think so, if you have time.
Yeah, man, I mean, I'll shut the X feed off. I'll turn that off right there. I'll go in. It's not broadcasting. So how do you It's not broadcasting. So how do you deal with that? I don't know how to end it. Okay. My name's Tim. I'm your TruthSlinger, and I am here. And I'm going to have an interview real soon, and apparently X is not working, and I don't know why the hell it's not. Okay. Okay. Live on X. News and current events. All right, if you're just tuning in, you want to stay here, okay? Because I want to do it again. You want me to?
Yeah, I think so, if you have time.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll shut the X feed off. Oh, see, look, it's catching it right now. I'm hearing myself back. I don't know.
Make sure that the time and date is the right year.
It's going now. It's going right now. From 1 to 2 p.m., right? And so now I go over here to the X feed. turn this on. I'm going to do this one more time, and then I'm going to let it fly because I got to talk to this guy. And I'll record the whole thing, and I'll put it up later if I have to. Right? All right, here we go. So anyway, if you're just joining me here, welcome. If you're on YouTube or whatever, oh my God. Get a fly swatter? Let me have it. I want to do it again. You want me to?
Yeah, I think so. You have time.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll shut the X feed off. I'll turn that off right. I don't know what's going on X. I hate this. All right, so very unhappy right now. Delete. Let me go over to studio, restream. No, producer. Scheduled, live on X. Post about it. Very unhappy right now. All right, I think. Shit, I don't know what's going on.
What it keeps saying.
Hmm?
Never mind.
All right, I think it's here, okay? It's showing me that it's there. I just posted about it. I don't know why. I can't do anything about it. All right, I think it's here, okay? It's showing me that it's there. I'm hearing myself back. I'm good. You're either here or you're not, okay? And so I'm going to hit record as well. I'm hoping people are filling up. I hope you're joining us on, oh, for fuck's sake, YouTube, live streaming on YouTube. It looks like we're there. Let me see if we're on Rumble. We're going on Rumble. Are we? Yes, we are. I need to go into my OBS studio and change my title, and I'm about ready to call this guy. And so who I'm going to be talking to is Roger Katz on the phone today, and he's organized in Maine the Republicans for Kamala Harris. And we want to talk to him, right? And we're going to pretend that we're okay, good. We're going to say that we're persuadable today. Very good, very good. Good. Okay, I'm glad I didn't lose my mind. Right. So where's my title here? Let me hang on. He knows I'm going to be calling him, so if I'm a minute or two late, right, it's going to be okay. All right. So I'm like nervous, guys. Okay. So say kind of say a prayer for me here. Let me see. News full screen. Okay. Show title. Because I'm going to talk to this guy, and I'm going to try and be as nice as I possibly can. But this guy is kind of a rhino, and we're going to kind of see if we can catch him on it and see what he's going to say about this grassroots movement of all these Republicans for Harris, right? And so we're going to try and just get him to talk. about as much as we possibly can. And I'm going to kind of get out of the way. And I'm going to try and play a bit innocent and coy. I've got a list of questions to ask. And if we keep them on the phone, if you've got any questions, I'll try to look at the chat. But just remember that, I'm trying to conduct something here that is, I'm going to be very honest with them, except the fact that, I'm going to challenge them on this organic thing, and I don't think they're necessarily telling the truth. So are we on? We got people
We're
watching?
on, but the chat says verified only.
Okay, I can fix that. Man, I can fix that. Hang on. I don't even know what that means, what the hell verified people are, right? So, okay, here, let me go over to the producer. Let me go. Okay, we're live. We are live. What the hell verified people are, right? Can't turn the chat back on, guys. Let me go over to the producer.
He told the guy that this is your land number, this 207 number. They call him, so don't say my cell's bad.
Right. Okay, so let's give this guy a ringle, and let's just pray about this real quick. Father, help me say the right things. I've got some questions prepared. Help me sound intelligent. Help me be shrewd as a snake, yet innocent as a dove. Let the enemy, should he be lurking anywhere, expose himself, and let him trip upon himself and fall upon his own sword. And might I be gracious and speak with a tone and candor that only you can provide, and a wisdom that only you can provide. I've tried to prepare, Father, but I need your help here. So, amen and amen, right? All right, let's see if this is going to work. It's working.
Hello?
Hello, is this Roger Katz?
Yes.
Hey, how are you, Roger?
Good.
Good. I want to make sure, am I pronouncing your name correctly? It's Katz, not Katz, correct?
Well, it's actually Kate's.
Roger Katz.
Do you have a radio? Do you have a radio on in the background?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay, I don't know why. I'm here. Okay, hold on 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second.
No problem.
Don't go away. Wait a minute. Okay, you still there?
Yeah.
I apologize about that. For some reason, the radio station in my car was playing along with you. But anyway, I've turned off the radio station.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, great.
And listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna before we establish, I'm gonna mute this real quick. Hey,
Okay.
is it all right? Is it
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Oh, God, it's sketchy.
All right, hold on a second. I'm going to keep you waiting another minute. I'm going to walk in the house, and I can go to a spot where I know this will work. It'll just take me a couple minutes. Okay?
Yep.
So just hold on there. Thanks. Hold on. Okay, bear with me here.
Can you hear me? Like, you hold on. I'm going to go check my cell phone booster too, okay? You hold on too.
Okay.
Hang on. Let me try my end. Maybe make sure. And if not, I'll call you back and we'll get another connection, worst case.
Okay, I can hear you fine now.
Okay. Yeah, you cut out a little bit on me. Let me check my end.
Okay. No.
Yeah. No, he's on a. Yeah.
Okay. How's this?
All right. Hi. There we go.
Okay. How's that? Can you hear me now?
Solid. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Technical problems,
excellent,
man.
okay.
I hate them.
No problem. So, how long would you like to talk?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, as long as it goes, I usually don't go much over 45 minutes. Usually my people these days have a short attention span, right?
Yeah. Can we make it 20? I apologize. Just
Yeah,
I've got to go
no
somewhere
problem.
else.
That would be great.
Well, let's do it. Okay. So, tell me your name again. Your full name is
Yeah, my name is Tim Bodner. Yep.
Bodner. Okay. Yep. And Tim, you're in Dexter? Is that?
Yeah, close to it. Yeah, I'm in St. Albans over here in the middle of the woods. I'm just kind of off grid. Yeah.
You're okay.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of spun out here into the wilderness, kind of after the last election and some things, and my kids. I had trouble with my kids, and they don't much talk to me anymore, and they're a little bit more from the position of the other side, kind of quote unquote the left, whatever that means anymore these days, right? And so,
Right, yeah.
I'm trying to bridge gaps. I mean, personally, these culture wars have kind of hit me in the heart, And so I'm trying to figure out ways to bridge that gap, right? So, like, I'm even, willing to talk to people that, do the BLM thing. I'm talking to a black guy I want to talk to, and I want to take a deep dive on some of this racism, and, because I think it just gets charged and we throw those labels all over it, And so,
Okay.
Yeah, so kind of I'm wondering, we're looking at the guys that listen to me are free thinkers, and so we're like kind of open to things and solving problems and getting things done, right? That's what we want to do because, the constant, gridlock we've got and everything. So one of the things we said, okay, well, why would I possibly, I'm interested in looking into this Republicans for Harris movement, right? I haven't made any decisions. I don't know if anybody else has either, but we got some time to go, and this is what we do when we talk about things and say why or why not should we do this. So, well, tell me more about the organization a little bit.
Sure. You want to start the tape, or have you started, or?
Yeah. I already hit it. We're going. We're out there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't
we're
realize
good.
you were. Well, good. So, look, it's great to speak with you. Thanks for reaching out. I have been a Republican all my life. I just found in my drawer the other day a "We Like Ike" button that I actually wore back in 1956 when I rode in a parade with my father and Gardner for the Eisenhower ticket back then. So I think I've got a little bit of history here. And I have been a member of the Republican Party ever since, and served as a state senator from the Augusta area for 4 terms for 8 years, and have always considered myself a Republican. And generally speaking, vote for the Republican candidate for president. I think probably a couple of times in all these years I haven't, but generally I have. But this year, I just can't do that. And it's for myself and a number of other people in the Republican Party. This is not a Republican versus Democrat year or a liberal versus conservative year. It's all about our democracy and protecting our democracy. And for reasons which I think are pretty clear, um, I think Donald Trump is a threat to that democracy, both by what other people say about him who know him, and as importantly, by what he says himself. So there are a number of us who have gathered together and are participating in this Republicans for Harris campaign effort as we approach the November election. After that, particularly if the Republican Party rejects Donald Trump, I'll be back as a Republican, but right now, I just can't vote for him.
Yeah. So are you feeling like, I mean, you started talking to other people and they sort of had the like mind. I mean, how did this group form? And I mean, how many folks you got involved now so far?
Yeah, well, it's formed sort of organically in the beginning. A number of us who know each other from the State House, and I don't know that all these people have said their names can be used, so I'm not going to use them. But
yeah, of course.
We've got several state former state legislators, a former president of the Senate, a former governor of the state of Maine, former executive directors of the Maine Republican Party, and longtime Republican activists. And we're all sort of talking with one another. And the actual impetus for formalizing this, reached out to by the Harris campaign, and because I've been rather outspoken about Trump, as were a number of other people, and said, why don't you come on board, and would you be willing to be a little more formal in your recognition of this? And we said we would. And so we've got, 15 to 20, I would say, former Republican leaders who are going to be on board with us. And we are just now in the process of gathering other names and other rank and file people across the state who, again, want to put, from our perspective, country over party in this election.
So you said, you kind of intimated that this is sort of, I don't know, kind of a different sort of time right now, that we're in this thing where I guess traditional politics isn't quite cutting it anymore, that this particular election cycle is unique. Is that what I'm getting from you? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I think in some ways the last one was too, because of who the candidate is. The basic premise here is that our democratic institutions, the separation of powers, the respect for the Constitution, the rule of law, the respect for the voice of the people, and the peaceful transition of power when the people have spoken, all those things which in my years on this earth have never really been questioned within our country. You see it questioned other places, but not in the United States. And all of a sudden now, those basic tenets of respect for our Constitution and the separation of powers, Donald Trump seems to have no respect for and is willing to disregard if it suits his purposes. That's fundamental to the existence of our country. And again, we can argue about particular policies and whether we should be expanding healthcare, or whether we should be spending more or less money on defense, or whether we should be raising or not the Social Security age, or whether we should be spending more or less on drug addiction services, or any other of a myriad of important policies. To me, none of that matters this year, because if we don't protect our basic democratic institutions, we'll have a despot making those decisions, not representing
so now,
democracy.
I get a little nervous. A little nervous when we start talking about policies don't matter, okay? Because, to a certain degree, I do. But I understand what you're saying. You're kind of drilling down on this threat to democracy thing, which I've kind of heard a little bit. But, I do want to ask you a question, right? You said that you've been a Republican all your life, pretty much, and with kind of this is sort of the exception to the rule, this and maybe, the last time because of who was involved. Have you ever been involved in supporting any other Democrats besides in the presidential election before? I'm just curious. I mean, is this something new for you, or well, I mean,
Well, it's not new. It's still unusual, but it is not new. The last time we had a governor's election in Maine, I supported Janet Mills. Again, not on policy perspectives, but I had kind of a up close and personal seat during the LePage administration, since I was in the legislature the same 8 years he was there, and in ways which were similar to Donald Trump. I don't mean to compare the two. I think Paul LePage is a good man and a decent man. But Paul LePage, I didn't think respected the legislature, respected the legislative process, or in some cases, the dictates of the Constitution. So in that situation, I supported his Democratic opponent, Janet Mills, again, along with some other Republicans. So it isn't the first time, but it's rare for me to do it.
yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're honest with me about that, and because that's what I think we need right now is honest discussions. But again, I'm concerned because you said the same thing about Janet Mills. Okay, I mean, you said that you didn't particularly vote for her because of policies. Okay, but because of the fact that you sort of felt that the opponent just I don't know what. I mean, I guess I'm trying to, in Donald Trump's case, it's a threat to the democracy, I guess. Is that what it is? And then what was it with LePage exactly? I mean, it's almost like it sounds like it's more of an ad hominem attack, and rather than like not based on policy.
Well, I really don't want to go back in history here, and I told you that I supported Janet Mills.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. Then let's stay in current history. Let's stay in current history. I'm with you. I get it. Let's just move on .org, right? You said that that Donald Trump was a threat to democracy and a threat to the rule of law. He doesn't respect the rule of law. And I suppose you've heard that he's had 34 felonies, I guess. I've been hearing that a lot. And so I was wondering what you think about a judge that says that you don't have to have a unanimous verdict where a couple of jurors can say, yeah, well, he did a felony on these 3 or 4 things. And then, a lot of the defenses might not have been able to have been put forth, and then, all that kind of thing. Isn't it possible that, things have been set up to make Donald Trump look like an evil threat to democracy, and he's really not? And I mean, that's a sincere and honest question.
Yeah, the trial, you haven't heard me say in our conversation so far anything about that trial, and I'm really not relying on that trial.
Okay, well, does it concern you? Does it concern you? Does it concern you? No, seriously, I'm asking the question. Does it concern you that our government during an election year, who for years and years and years, you get, Comey getting up there and saying, well, we don't ever, do anything in front of election year and all that time, that we would be prosecuting somebody that's a political opponent of the current incumbent president? Doesn't that bother you at all? Well, because it bothers me. That's what sticks in my craw,
Yeah, no, I understand that. I don't know for sure. I know that a jury found him guilty. I understand the point you were raising before about the prosecution didn't have to identify a specific underlying felony here. Isn't fair? And that may well be true, and that's why we have appeals courts. And,
yeah. Well, but we all know. Look, we all know, though, right? It's kind of like a retraction. If somebody prints something in the paper, right? Nobody reads what's going on 2-3 weeks from now. The election's going to be over. What the hell does the appeal have to do with anything? I mean, Mr. Katz, I mean, realistically speaking, by that time, the damage has been done. Like, for example, we know the Hunter Biden laptop was completely real, yet 51 intelligence agencies said it wasn't real. Right? And now we find out that it is. But you know what? It might have tipped an election. Probably did, or had something to do with it. So I kind of get concerned about shit like timing and appeals and stuff. Just bringing the bogus charges to begin with, we can smear people. Don't you think?
Well, I don't accept your premise that they were bogus charges, but that
they were misdemeanors that were past the statute of limitations that were combined with some sort of idea that we're covering up because a bookkeeper put in a legal expense that now it's some in-kind campaign contribution. My God, the legal pretzels that took place were ridiculous.
Well, perhaps you're right, and the appeals court will unwind that. But
Yeah.
that particular case has nothing to do with my opinion and the
Okay.
opinion of
Okay. Well,
a
let me
board
ask. Let
member
me.
of
Let me.
let me finish my sentence.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
That trial and the pending appeal has little or nothing to do with my opinion that Donald Trump is a threat to our democracy going forward.
Oh, okay. Well, what
So
can then help? Just can I help? Would you help me understand it? Because that really, I think that language is just maybe almost got him killed. I'll just be frank with you. So I'm just, what is it? What is it about him that's a threat to democracy? And besides, we're a democratic republic. We're not a democracy. Democracy's mob rule, but that's another thing. That's why we have an electoral college, right? Which is why I'm pissed off that Maine wants to throw away our popular vote of our electoral college and give it to the popular vote. That means we don't count anymore. But I digress. Why is he a threat to democracy?
well, I'm going to talk about for a couple of things. One
Well, you
is
can talk
what
about
other-
Kamala's accomplishments and what policies, she's going to bring that are going to be good for us. That's cool too if you want to do that. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If this conversation is going to continue, you're asking legitimate questions, and I'll listen to your questions and I'll do my best to answer them. But
Okay,
what I
wait.
won't do is to start answering my question and be interrupted.
I understand. Okay, all right. Well, go ahead. Pick one that you'd like to answer. I'm sorry.
your
I'm
last
sorry. I'm
question-
new at this, so just go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, your last question was, I believe, why I felt Donald Trump was a threat to our democratic institutions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why. It's based upon things that other people have said and things that he has said. With respect to what other people have said, and this is kind of completely unprecedented in history, at least in history I'm aware of, we've got a former chief of staff saying that, who knew him extremely well, saying that he felt that given his years of experience with Donald Trump as chief of staff, that he was unfit to serve in office and that we would be crazy to let him within a mile of the Oval Office ever again. We've got a former Secretary of Defense saying that he was a security threat. We've got a former chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Then there's the suckers and
saying-
losers thing. Don't forget about suckers and losers.
Okay, the next time, let me just say, the next time I'm operated, I'm interrupting giving an answer. I'm going to just end this interview. I'm happy to talk with you, but I'm not happy to be interrupted.
Can I just ask the question? Is that one of the people that said the suckers and losers comment? I mean, that's a question. That's just a real softball question.
I don't recall if he's the individual or not.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead.
So you've got 3 or 4 people who knew him best, people he appointed himself, who says that he is a threat to democracy. And then we've got Donald Trump's own words in which he said that he would be happy to try his political opponents in military tribunals, that he would, if necessary, obliterate the Constitution if it didn't serve his purposes.
I don't recall him
who is
saying
my-
that. Can you tell me what quote that was from? What speech? I don't remember that one.
Well, I can't, but he said it.
Oh,
So
did he? I bet you can't produce that. I mean, really, I bet you can't. Can you?
I'm sitting here on my kitchen table without access to a computer or any
Okay.
of my notes.
All right. Well,
so I probably can't right at the moment.
Okay. Well, you can text it to me after because I'd really, I mean, that, the other thing is, what if I talked to a whole bunch of people about you and they said shit about you? And I just kind of went with it. Isn't it possible people have hidden agendas and they have their own things they want to accomplish and they want to do things and be sneaky about shit? Isn't that possible? Aren't people shit sometimes?
Sure.
Yeah. So
But
is
when
it
you have-
possible the people you're talking to don't have America's best interest at hand, but maybe they have their own goddamn agenda?
Well, I guess each of us has to make our own assessment of the information we're getting.
Yeah, well, the
based
question
on-
I have for you is, you know what a rhino
Yeah,
is?
that's-
What's a rhino? You know what a rhino is? Are you one?
I don't think I am.
Well, I think considering, why don't you just change to the Democratic Party? I mean, like, what the hell was Paul, Mills? All of a sudden, he was Republican. Horse shit. Okay, all this crap, man. He changed over when it suited to support his sister. And I know we have tape of him saying, oh, we just banter back and forth and we do the pushback like we're supposed to. Like, oh, it's all a big fucking game. That's the kind of thing, the Mainers that I listen to, that we're concerned about. And I don't feel sincerity. I'm not sure. I don't feel sincerity from your position, because so far you haven't been able to tell me why I should vote for Kamala Harris instead of the fact that Donald Trump is evil.
Yeah, I didn't say he was evil, and I'm sorry, this conversation is not going anywhere, and
tell me why I should vote for Kamala before you go, please.
You clearly are not going to vote for Kamala Harris.
Oh, Kamala. I'm sorry. Well, I'm glad you got your chastised position of how to pronounce her name. Okay, well,
my name is often mispronounced, and I.
Well, Mr. Katz, I asked you about that, didn't I? I asked you. Now I do want to ask you about price controls. What do you think about price controls? Is that communist? You think setting prices against gouging is that would be a price control? That's typically a communist thing. I don't like that. Do you?
Okay. Listen, I wish you all the best with your podcast, and I wish I could say it's been productive talking to you. I don't think it has.
Well, what do you think of price controls? Just answer my question. And you didn't tell me why Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, except people told you so.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
it's been nice speaking with you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. I got through my first ambush interview. Wasn't that exciting? Wow. All right. He's mad at me. I don't think he's going to talk to me again. Probably not. No. I don't know. Well, that was fun. What the hell did you think of that? Woo! Oh, no. It's calling him again. He's not going to... I don't want to call him again. I don't want to harass him. No, I don't want to harass him. I don't want to harass him. Patching through again. Shit, one time was enough to talk to that son of a bitch. He's a threat. Donald Trump's a threat to democracy. Why? Well, because these really important people told him so. What?
Richard said the stream is not live. He might have gone on a different...
You said you found it.
Yeah, I did. You put out 3 emails. So he might have been gone to an older one.
Yep. Okay. Well, anyway, I think I made him mad. I think I really pissed him off. But you know what? I'm tired of hearing people say that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. And did you hear him say that it was you didn't hear him say anything. You'll have to listen to it again. He said it was a grassroots movement by a bunch of people in the legislature that were grumbling and pissed off. And I'm like, well, dude, that's not grassroots, really. That's just a whole bunch of people that want to backstab Donald Trump because they hate Donald Trump. They're a bunch of people with Trump derangement syndrome. I wonder what it was he figured out that I was not his friend. I wonder. All right. Well, that was it. That's pretty much the show. I feel like a cat on a hot tin roof. That was hard to do. And I should have probably hit record, but we are streaming other places, are we not? It's going to be up there. Tell me it's going to be up there. It's got to be up there.
Yeah, you're on X. It's just I can't tell how long it is because
Yep.
30 minutes.
Yep.
30? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so people on YouTube were seeing it.
I sent it to him.
And I know how to download it, right?
All right.
Wow, that was exciting. Oh boy, Richard, you're gonna like this, boy.
Get off so I can listen to it.
Yeah, all right. I was scared to death, man. That was great. And hopefully I ratcheted it up fast enough. I mean, I was chomping at the bit. It was hard, and he said he only had 20 minutes, so I had to accelerate my plan. He said he had 20 minutes to go, so I really couldn't let him ramble on forever. Right? So, okay, I'm going to end this podcast, okay? And then it's going to be up there. My wife wants to see it. Jennifer wants to see it. and I want to watch it together, the two of us, and I want Richard to watch it. I want you to give me some feedback. Leave comments, like, subscribe, share. This was really exciting. You okay?
Yeah, he says he couldn't hear us. Just go on. Get offline. So we can figure this out.
Yeah. All right. Don't tell me that we don't have any fucking sound. People can hear, right? No, he's stumbling on his own words. Thank God YouTube's got it.
Okay.
YouTube's got it. Okay, so we'll be able to download it from YouTube. Worst case, it's on there. All right, we're going to stop the stream. I should have hit record before I did this, and I did not. But anyway, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. All right, my name's Tim. I'm TruthSlinger. I'm out of here. Boy, we're going to talk about this later, man. I got to digest this shit. Woo! Bye. See ya. Heard it all. Truth says he heard it all. Oh, God, thank God. Thank God, man. That was stressful, and that moment will never come back again. In worst case, if I've got to rebroadcast it, and we'll watch it on X.